Welcome back, everybody. We're here. It is going to be the final round of the day, Elimination Round 2. We got 5 maps. We got 4 teams. We got, 2 vaults and 2 cash outs at any given time. But we only got 1 Rio, and that's who, and he's over this way. So that's my boy.
Yep. Good to see you, Artie. I'm quite excited to see these final matches. We've already had just some explosive gameplay before us earlier today, and these are the final teams just trying to fight it out and get into the next qualifying match for tomorrow. So these are going to be probably some of the closest ones because the bottom 2 are eliminated and the top 2 move on. I expect we see everybody kind of pull out their A game. They might be a little exhausted after each team doing 10 matches already, but they can make it 5 more, and I think we're in for something fun.
Absolutely. I think that they could do 5 more, Red. I mean, you're talking about players that sit here and play ranked every single day. And unlike the qualifier events, this is actually the ranked format. And so I think that this is a lot more comfortable. It took them a little bit to get into it, right? Because remember, in the tournament format, because it was 3v3 for so long, it took them a while to get in, but now that we're back to finally playing, 4 teams of 3, I think it's going to be good. So we go ahead and take a look at the bracket here. We see that the teams that have qualified, it's LRC and Yappers, maintaining all the way through. Then we look at the elimination bracket that happened in our first elimination round. That was, unfortunately, the end of Divine Dead and THX Esports. And THX put their heart and soul into it, but unfortunately just was not enough. Divine Dead as well, they had a lot of really good performance, but the very last couple of maps, Divine Dead could not keep up with Burt's and Frog 3's absolute energy. And so because of that energy, Frog 3 and Burt's pass on to now our Elim round 2 that you can see in the middle right-hand corner of your screen. That's going to be Burt's, Frog 3, BKO, and No Name. The top 2 of which will qualify and be in our top 4 for tomorrow. And of course, if 2 of those teams can't do as much, they'll end up in that red zone right there and will be knocked out for the weekend.
Yeah, it'll be fun because we haven't seen Frog 3 on this list yet. Did we have Burt's earlier? Yeah, we did. We had Burt's in the first round, but Frog 3, we haven't seen them. So they'll be first here on the A stream. So a lot to look forward to. Every player and every team here really has a lot to give and a lot to show. We've seen some incredible performances so far from No Name, and I think that they have a lot of opportunity to kind of bring to the top of this kind of group. I think that BKO honestly has a lot to prove as well, because if you look at the first bracket, they had a commanding 95 points, and so they have. I think that they have the opportunity to bring that back as well. We just might see, what they have in store for us. I'm not sure how Frog 3 did previously, but maybe you can talk about what they were like in the lower matches.
Yeah, so I mean, if you watched Frog 3 throughout the first 4 qualifiers, Frog 3 had one of the most unique playstyles where they play very specifically anchored on the cash out. And usually that would be either above or below, but now Frog 3 has figured out that the perfect level of dialed in is right next to the cash out, so you can have full control. So what Frog 3 has been trying to do so far is to maintain control over that specific area of the cash out. And as long as they can get into a good position to start it, it works out well for them. However, if they cannot get into a good position to start it, it ends up hurting them more than it does helping them.
Interesting. Yeah, I'll see what they bring into these 5 matches. We are getting started here on Monaco, which is a really exciting match because it's got this church, and I don't see any special thing. I'm not sure if this is just plain Monaco or not, but we'll find out here shortly. And we do see there's BKO getting their first kill. Running around, gets their teammate down, but he gets immediately rezzed. And they are pretty far away from both vaults, so I think they're going to run towards Vault 2. They're a good distance away. Maybe they'll be able to chip off some damage from the other teams and run into it.
You want to go all the way across the B?
100%. I mean, looking at this here, BKO, they're going to try to actually re-rotate back over to 1 to B because they know that it is staggered enough that if they are able to at least maintain control over cash out B at the very beginning, they should have enough time, although that is a little bit of an early cash fight, earlier than they were expecting for the cash to be started. But at the very least, I think that they are confident in this push towards B. Take a look at all 4 screens here. And, well, one thing that I'm looking at is the fact that right now there is no real big team fight that's happening. Every team is still trying to size up their opponents, but with Team No Name kind of baked into Cash Out A in a similar fashion to what Frog 3 would be doing, Frog 3 needs to make their entry first, and that is going to happen now. But we check back over with No Name. They realize they dropped off the point at just the wrong time. Frog 3 stealing, absolutely incredible timing there. That gives Frog 3 enough time to get their setup just right. Are going to be able to get the first pick onto No Name, and now Frog 3 just does what they can to sustain. Half HP onto Vladimir here. Noah will do his best to try to heal him back up, but Frog 3, they're maintaining position over the right side in that building. Frog 3 doing what they can. You can see the kill feed as well. We can start to maybe get a figure out. You look at the top left of your screen, see what BKO is up to, and it looks like BKO is well, doing their best to maintain over a cash out B. They did manage to maintain control. It was not a team wipe though. That being said, I can see another team fight about to happen. There's No Name doing the exact same thing that Frog 3 did to them. Will Frog 3 be able to go for the steal? Look at that, it's perfect. This is such a perfect steal, but no, from the backside. Frog 3 actually in a great spot for the counter, and that is going to be Frog 3, looks like, coming up in first to maintain that position. Beautiful stuff.
Yeah, just a few seconds left on this cash out, and they were in a great position in that building. They were able to get the shots off on the person that was trying to steal it. So they stopped the steal. They lost one teammate in the process, but they hop right back into the building that they were in. They've got a nice barricade, and it looks like they're just leaving the site now because they know that they've basically gotten it. I think that they're going to run over to Vault 3, and everything says that Frog 3 is kind of doing really good right now. I think that they're going to get open this vault, and ooh, we move over to BKO. BKO is just struggling, and they get team wiped. They did get a cash out, but boy, that 30% losing your team, it does impact them pretty negatively.
Yeah, not only that, though, but you got to remember that it also adds a point to the team that gets the wipe. That's 3 kills, that's 1 point, and you got to remember that some teams have been doing their best to qual based on those points alone. Now, we look over towards Vault 4, and I believe that BKO is just bypassing Vault 4 entirely. Looks like they have their sights set on Vault 3, even though Vault 4 is moving next to them. Maybe they're going to be trying to stay underneath close to the building and try to catch it as it goes over to C. But no, they are playing specifically to aim at the team who's starting cash out D.
Interesting. Yeah, and we see No Name just kind of holding up here. I think that they're aware that another team might be just waiting for them. So they are now running it over to C. It looked like for a moment there they were deciding maybe to double down and go to D as well, but I think they're going to get the cash out started on C. It's in this little tiny building, probably one of my favorite positions to hold, because you can just set up, you can burn the whole building, throw down a lot of glue, and we see now switching over to BKO.
Big fight coming through. Look at that positioning in the back. The Gremlin is going to be able to survive after dealing some massive damage. That massive damage though being healed through entirely. And it does look like it is going to be, of course, Team Bertz versus BKO. And it looks like Bertz is coming out on top just a little bit there. That is going to be Bertz almost securing the wipe. They will have to try to find the reset. I think the reset's going to happen, but let's go ahead and jump on over to the other cash out here, the other team fight that we're going to be watching. This is Bertz moving over. They're finished with a fight with BKO. They don't care. They're fighting Frog 3 now, maintaining control of cash out D. Chickpea's going to heal up Z while he goes for the res onto Sueco. Sueco gets back up. Now they got their thick boy. It's time to finish the fight. Frog 3 charging and slamming. Basilisk still up somehow. When will they be able to finish this? And more importantly, when is BKO going to be entering the competition? Here's BKO. They come through. They're starting to steal. And here is going to be... unfortunately for Burts, they don't have the ability to stop it. They're too busy fighting Frog 3. The steal happens. And now it's Frog 3 on the reset. Burt's trying to maintain. And BKO looks like they're actually really struggling to just stay alive here.
No, we don't get it.
Yeah, BKO just barely in, then there he goes, gets wiped again. They do have a lot of cash, but boy, they just keep losing it right at the end with these team wipes. Pretty shocking from such a strong team.
Burt's takes the steal, and now we'll go ahead and look back over to the other cash out, which is still going to be going in the way of No Name here. No Name will be able to hold on to this. It looks like that is long enough. However, I do see Frog 3 trying to give them a little bit of a hassle. I think it is still guaranteed, though, for Team No Name here. It's going to be the 22Ks that will matter most now. As Vault 5 gets opened up, we go ahead and see exactly where the next big fight will come through. It is pretty even, all things considered, right? The most aggressive, difference between the
I'm gonna go up here and get the money.
BKO is at almost 9,000. We look over at Team Burts, who is at 23,000. That scoreline is going to be crossed over by the value of this 22K cash out. And so just trying to maintain exactly where they can just hold control. Right now, this is going to be all about the vault. And this is going to be as close as you can get to that ranked experience.
Yeah, definitely. And we see that BKO has kind of been struggling a little bit. They've gotten 2 team wipes at least, gone down from 2 team wipes. They are in a good position now. They have these cash out B started, and their team is on the top floor. And I think that they're just going to try and play slowly down. We see the C4 going down from Gremlin.
Oh, it sounds like there's going to be another team inside the building with them. I believe that's Frog 3 about to do a little bit of damage onto B. Big question is, yeah, there they are, Frog 3 about to leap down onto them. Is BKO ready for this? It's doubled. It is doubled in favor of BKO at the moment, but with still over a minute remaining, this is going to be a difficult road forward. We can see the F3 is now getting targeted, and as we get, of course, Burts and No Name moving in towards the cash out, things are going to get really sticky. Frog 3 trying to stay alive here, getting shot from every a possible angle through the windows, through the door, from the teams side. No Name also now entering the building. BKO doing what they can to stay away from the fight as much as possible. They just need to let the third happen. This is as passive as you could possibly be playing. Unfortunately, it's not going to be passive enough. You see Mickey getting taken out, really close to it at least, and there's No Name just doing what they can to try and time this right. Every team, it's all about timing. BKO, they at least remain sustained, but look at Team No Name. They're in a pretty powerful position up here on height, but they're not able to find their way in. BKO needs to get the sustain up a little bit more. Oppenheimer very low. As the steal gets started through, it is going to be Team Frog 3 that gets the steal, but it's about to get stolen right back. And the steal now going towards Team No Name. No Name now is in control. BKO is wiped. Burt's trying to find their way in. They, at very least, they don't wipe here. They stay in second place, which is good. But, oh, they did get wiped. No, they didn't get wiped yet, but does look like it is going to be second place for Team Burt's, first place for No Name. What a chaotic ending. And let's look at those kills again. Absolutely crazy amount of kills for Team Frog 3.
Frog 3, one of their teammates had 0 kills, though. I guess he was focused more on heals.
Not Frog 3. Burt's. 10 kills from Sueco.
Yeah. Really impressive. I'm amazed at the end how quick back and forth the $44,000 cash out went from BKO to Frog 3 and then to No Name right at the end. Really able to just kind of hold on. Just really exciting to see. Fun to watch, and just the just the sheer confidence of getting 44,000, getting it that started this first match. Boy, they're on a roll.
It was so close to being just perfect game for BKO if they were able to just stay inside that house and avoid conflict. But then when I think it was Frog 3 that dropped down on top of them, it just hurt everything because they tried to escape outside of the back window and they ran right into No Name. It was so unfortunate. But if you look at like the beginning of this round on Monaco, it was really, really even. Again, there was a period of time where the scoreline was only a differential of 14,000. So just seeing these teams just go for these crazy plays, like look at No Name, like I love to see it. It's just such a fun game, and there is no other game like it that's out right now.
No, not even close. And just the amount that everything can change at the last second. There's no one team that is just a holding a dominating force. And now this could have played out differently if they maybe put 2 cash outs in different locations and we had, the 4 teams split into 2v2 or 3v1. Everything could have changed score-wise, but just having all 4 teams collapsing onto one location, trying to hold the advantage in the air, and then you just get the whole building destroyed from underneath you. It's just exciting just to watch the dynamic change in the map and the gameplay, and you have to pivot on just a dime.
Exactly. And hey, remember, this is not just for nothing. The prize pool has been increased now, $506.25. You guys want to boost that prize pool even further? Every code that you claim on Match Arena will give a 25-cent bonus to that prize pool. And hey, quarter adds up over time. So all you got to do is claim code on Matcherino. We absolutely love them. It is free for you, and it is money for the pros. So go ahead and check out Matcherino, exclamation point, donate in the chat to go ahead and get that prize pool up even further, because that $506 or however many dollars it is tomorrow is going to be given out to the teams that win.
Yeah, and that's not an insignificant amount of money. You're just getting it for playing and just being the top tier team. And I love that we can actually reward these players for coming out and showing their skill. I know in some of these earlier matches I've learned stuff, and I hope some of these viewers are getting stuff from this as well, because this is what's going to define the meta going forward, and just kind of how these new players hop in and. Yeah, I think that it's just real impactful on the scene. We do have the leaderboard here with No Name in the lead with only 2 kill points, shockingly, but 15 placement points, 66,000 in cash for a total of 17 points so far. Next up, we see Bertz with 5 kill points, so they did have definitely had more of a commanding lead on the kills. 11 placement points, but only $26,000 in cash cashed out for a total of 16 points, just 1 point behind No Name. Frog 3 coming in with 2 kill points, 7 placement points, and just $7,534 cashed out for a total of 9 points. And then finally, we have BKO with 5 kill points. So they did go for kills, and they did get some points for it, but again, they only got $7,000 cashed out. We see these lower numbers because we saw the double cash going off, and it really sways the the leaderboard of the cash, because there's just so much that can change. Instead of incrementally of like 10,000 to 12,000 or even 22,000, you get a big jump of 44,000. So a lot can change in these next few matches, and I wouldn't be surprised if all of these names kind of get scrambled up again.
Absolutely. Again, like you look at just the kill points, right? I mean, sure, there's a difference of 4 placement points between 3rd place and 4th place, but when you see a team like BKO, they almost make that up in kills. So it really does depend on how you want to play it, but obviously playing for that 1st place is going to be always better, because 15 points is oh so sweet. And I think that when it comes down to it, right, like the lack of kill points from No Name and Frog 3, if they can't match the energy of BKO and Birds, it might come back to bite them in the end, because again, those kill points stack up, especially if you end a round without being in 1st or 2nd place.
Yeah, Absolutely. And that's just kind of what's fun about this format is that you don't have to play just for cash, and you do kind of have that extra little buffer, either to secure your lead or to kind of edge in and get in there. Yeah, I think that we're going to be going into our next match here shortly. It's going to be on Sys Horizon, probably one of my favorite
I think
maps.
it's Vegas, actually.
Oh, is it?
It is Vegas, it looks like they're getting into, unless there is... I believe they started Vegas by accident. I'm checking over at the games right now. They do have to restart the lobby. So it is going to be Sys Horizon. I am mistaken. Thank you, Rio, for being correct.
No, that's okay. They chose the wrong map. I guess it happens, to the best of us.
You know what I think it was, Rio. I think that they were just sleepy because they didn't get a chance to have their one-shot energy, which is, of course, the title sponsor for the Breakout Esports Masters Series. And huge shout out to them for making all this possible, for providing us casters with the voice drops, providing our MVPs throughout the qualifiers with some package drops for their energy chews and focus chews. And hey, I guess whoever was in charge of that lobby didn't have their focus chew because they chose the wrong map. And so if you don't want to choose the wrong map when you're starting your custom games, go ahead and type !1shot in the chat and check it out. You can sort by ingredient. You can sort by the function of their stuff. They got some pretty interesting things over there. So definitely go ahead and check out One Shot Energy. As for us, Rio, I guess we can get to enjoy Sys Horizon because that is my favorite map, especially when we can see it in its full 3v3v3v3 format.
Yep. I think one of my favorite things about this map is that when it starts, it's such like a pristine map. Like everything kind of has its colors, color coordinated areas, kind of everything. It's very stylized, and we get to see it just slowly get destroyed and blown up and exploded into kind of something that will resemble, just chaos at the end of it. So I'm excited. We're going to see a lot of good close plays, and not a lot of traversal that happens in between the areas. There's a lot of like really close combat, and I think between these four teams, that's kind of what you want to see.
Oh, absolutely. And my favorite thing about Sys Horizon as well is that it's such a small detail, but I love it so much. It's when you look at like the barrel crates that are sitting at the top that you can shoot down. On Sys Horizon, they're a slightly different style to like match the map. And I know that in Season 3 Japan, we're also going to be seeing a unique style. Like they match the style of everything. And like I also love like when it gets destroyed, it's all glitchy and stuff. But big ups for this one. We're gonna be really paying attention, I think, to how Team Burt's tries to come, or how Team BKO tries to come back from this last one. Because again, it was Team Burt's, Team BKO that ended with 5 kill points, and maybe not as favorable positions. So I want to see if they change their focus here. If they really strive to focus for that first place, maybe even by doubling the first and just playing for kills, not caring who it goes to in the end.
Yeah, I am excited to see. No Name really pulled out a surprise win, I almost want to say, in the last one. So if they can hold it for another match, I think that it might show that they're kind of the leader so far in this series. But there is still a lot of really powerful teams like BKO. Frog 3 had a great performance too, and excited to see what they're able to do. We see hopping in, Frog 3 loses a teammate, but they are right on top of Vault 1. Their heavy is holding back, goes down pretty low. They might get in control of this, but I think they're going to try and run, and they do get team wiped. It's okay in the beginning because you don't lose a lot of cash, but it does give all the other teams just the advantage. There's actually 2 team wipes. I'm not sure who the other team that went down.
I do believe it is Team Burt's that was wiped as well. So we're going to be seeing Team No Name get started on Cash Out B, and it's Team BKO that gets A going. And with Cash Out A, I think it's going to be a lot easier for them to take control of because they can hold from underneath and drop it. But if we look over to see Team No Name and how they are deciding to hold this, they're playing a very different strategy, holding on height. However, this height might not be as advantageous as they hope for because of the fact that you can get flanked very easily from this position. Now, this isn't the best Cash Out that could spawn here on campus, but at the very least, it is going to be easy for them to find where the push would be coming
Okay,
from.
go for the blow. Go for it,
And
go for
I
it,
believe
go
we
for it,
jump
blow.
back over here to A. We'll look to see how BKO is planning on holding this. I believe Burt's is going to be aggressing. Burt's is currently just above them.
Play the drop.
And I believe that Burt's
Don't
might
too much
have
noise
a
here, where we are.
good way in if they can just find an opening to throw that barrel. Tagging back over to cash out B, and we've got Frog 3 faking the steal here to at least give No Name a little bit of a jump scare, but they're not going to move that easily. No Name about to pad over, I think, and we are going to be seeing a huge fight take place. There we go. First kill going to go towards Team No Name, and I am not confident that Team Frog 3 is going to be able to sustain. There's one more gone, and now as the Heavy starts to take some damage, Heavy's going to have to run away here.
No Name's in a great position. I think they have the height advantage, and it seems like they're able to get the first kill. Frog 3 pushed in, lost a teammate, then their Heavy went down real low, and we can just see that they're just struggling.
And here's the big fight here. BKO is going to try to sustain. They get the res. Let's see if they're going to be able to collide through. I think Burt's is going to lose 2, and I believe Burt's is about to lose all 3. There we are, and now the cash out remains towards BKO, and that means that both teams that started the cash outs finish with the cash outs. Unless Frog 3 has anything to say about it, they are going to try to jump in for a little bit more damage here. It looks like they will start to trade out some players, but I believe that No Name has the ability to sustain through. Frog 3 loses a member as well. Gonna have to go ahead and get him res as well. Here we go with No Name losing Noah. And this is now a 2v2 situation, but Frog 3, they jump in a little bit underprepared. I believe that that's No Name is able to get the cash out finished, and Etelko runs away.
Yeah, really shocking that No Name would, Frog 3 would kind of hop in there, especially at the end of the cash out. They're almost just begging to be taken down. So No Name did great, and we see BKO kind of holding back. They lose one teammate as we get set up for Vault 4, 3, and 4. Each team is a little bit spread out now. No big team fights happening. Everybody's just trying to get in their little spot in the map, get set up, and get ready for the next encounter. Vault 4 is completed, and it does seem like BKO is going to be taking it. And I think they're going to take it to B. I'm not sure where Vault 3 is going to go. I think it's right near Vault C. Vault C is about to get started. It looks like... Who has Vault 3? I can't see.
I believe that Vault 3 is, or Vault 4 is still uncontested, but Cash Out C has been started by Team Burt's, and Team Burt's looks like they're actually going to be able to do a great job of sustaining it. Oh, I do see Cash Out D get started here, so that is Team No Name that is now in control of Cash Out D. So the same,
really doing great.
Same 2 teams then, right? Or no, it was BKO that held the first one. Burt's is now in control of C.
Gotcha. Yeah, and No Name is really stepping up. We see that who is this? Chickpea is setting up. They have in control of Cash Out C. They knock it over, throw down the gas. We switch over to the other vault, and you can see BKO trying to hold it off. One of their teammates goes down. They're hopping up into place. And I think that they get a team wipe down, and they're able to steal this. Nope, there's another team here. And BKO loses their Heavy. I think they got team wiped.
Yeah, I believe BKO, no, they're not wiped yet, but they are going to be able to sustain just a little bit. But if we take a look over at Cash Out D, it is Frog 3 that managed to take control of Cash Out D, and Burt's is in control of Cash Out C still. So BKO might have enough chance to come back through. Question is, will they go for D or will they go for C? I think the Burt's maintaining control on C is the most likely option, and BKO might be aggressing towards D, but I don't think there's anyone contesting C right now. So Burt's is going to be able to get away with this for free, as No Name and BKO actually do their best to try and take D away from Frog 3. But this is Frog 3 we're talking about. They're anchored hard onto the site. And I think that any fights that come their way, Going to be a
Go, go, we have to go.
hard-earned battle. You can see
Pop
there
HP, 2 of them.
Gremlin trying to make his way in, going to be able to hit a mine here, and BKO does their best to try and maintain some sort of strategy, but they drop it through, and unfortunately you're going to lose the dome to the APS. Gets 1 kill on No Name, but now, of course, because of the third party, it's going to be very, very difficult to even think about the steal. So the steal is going to go second to the kills that come out first, especially as that cash out gets finished. And again, we finish the second round of vaults with every team being above 10K, which means every team has finished a cash out. Kind of crazy when you think about it.
Yeah, absolutely. It does mean that these next ones are going to define who wins. Nobody's going to have a commanding lead, just like nobody has a commanding lead right now. I'm pretty shocked that second and third place are a difference of $520. So it really can be anybody at this point. We see that the Berts do have the lead with 20,000. They did open Vault 5. I'm curious to see where they take it, and I think it's getting time to maybe we'll see a double cash out. Can't make anything happen, but I think it would be fun to see.
Yeah, I think that it's definitely possible, depending on whoever is in control of Vault 5 at the end of this. I believe BKO might be the favorable victory here over Vault 5. As they try to gauge the this fight towards Birds. The low gravity making everything kind of go crazy right now, but I think Vault 5 is starting to move towards the double. I think you're right. The double might be possible here. No Name is in charge of Cash Out B, and nobody has Vault 5 in hand right now.
Yeah, it's just kind of out in the open. It looks like somebody swooped in and grabbed it.
Oh, there we go. It is Berts. Berts is in control of 5, and looks like he is continuing towards the library. He's continuing towards Cash Out B.
All right. Well, this might all come down to this last cash out, and I think that this is what I want to see. And it really just depends on if BKO can get in there, get the cash started, and then steal it. So
well,
it
if
looks
they
like
get
Frog
the cash
3's
started, they'll get 2,000 for that, and that will be enough to at least make them competitive. They don't even have to get the steal. All they want to do is play for second place here. But in order to do that, they're going to have to get either 3 kills or more. They have to get 3 kills more than what Berts has, or they're going to have to just wipe Berts. But it looks like BKO is actually able to get the steal here. Now, remember what happened last time BKO was in charge of the doubled 22. The 44K is going to be a hot spot for fights, as we can see coming through right now with No Name trying to sustain their fight. They will get the res on Vladimir, but Frog 3 also is currently in the middle of sustaining. That being said, it is Noah FPS we're talking about. Noah is going to be able to get 1. He's almost good for 2. And looking down this library fight is going to go crazy. Frog 3 only has Kynes left. Will he be able to make it out in time? Will he have to get the reses? Check back in on Berts. And Berts trying to find their way in. But remember, they have to fight through No Name. And here's No Name trying to stay alive. And BKO, they are just doing their best to try and stall it. Unfortunately, they will be able... Oh, they are going to be able to jump in. The third party is perfectly timed. And they get the steal just before tragedy strikes. BKO walking away with not only 18 kills, but also walking away with 66K.
Yeah, and I'm amazed that we saw 3 teams go down there, and then BKO was able to kind of swoop in at the last possible second. And steal it right out from underneath everybody. They had a great setup. They were able to get some great kills. I thought Frog 3 had it for a moment because they had the height advantage. They were just chipping away at everybody below them, and I was like, sure, they're going to grab this. But I think they hopped down there, kind of got eliminated by, I believe, who got those kills? I think it was...
I think it was Berts. Yeah. Jumped in for the kills, and then that was when BKO swooped in from behind. And the reason I thought BKO wasn't going to be able to get it was because Berts had placed down an APS turret that had shot down the RPG and the dome, but they didn't end up needing it because they had such a health differential. And so also looking at the kills, I got a glimpse of the scoreboard. BKO, I counted 18 kills. And then not only that, but Berts with, I believe, 12 kills. And so I think No Name also might have had 12 kills. But the thing is that when you see like again, Burt's and BKO, they're prioritizing kills, and this is gonna really pay off now for BKO because they prioritized kills in the last game as well. So now they have a first place win under their like underneath them to give them that boost. They're gonna combine that with more points now too.
Yeah, I think that even might be enough to bring them first or second. We'll just have to see because they did. You said this is a team that got 12 kills, or was this?
They had 5. Yeah. So they had 5 points in the last one from kills, and then this one they had 18 kills, which means 6 points. So that is just straight up 11 points of kills on top of even if they got third place or fourth place in the first map. They get 15 points from first place on this one. Let's go ahead and check that. There's the final score here. And yep, it's Burt's 9 kill points and 22 placement points will put them at a total of 31. And BKO, even though they have a more, they have more kill points, they're at 11. The 18 kill points here because they got first place. They're climbing up. And like you said at the end, right? We're going to see these names swap around. And we really are here. So BKO, first place, the placement points mattered, but Burt's, they're more stable in their upper placements. But BKO, if they keep getting these kills, it's gonna add up.
Yeah, I think that was a really great performance from BKO. It's what we saw at the beginning of the day, that they just kind of came in there, they got the kills, they were able to steal at the right time, and really kind of the team that I'm watching the most because they have, in my opinion, the most to prove. Just from still the domination that I saw this morning. Frog 3 had some great plays, and sadly they just kind of couldn't pull it off in the end. They ended up getting swarmed and third teamed quite a lot, but they really are good on kind of like pivoting. You could see that they would go down to 2 teammates or down to 1 teammate. He'd run away or try and get a res on one of his other teammates. So it's really good gameplay. It's just not working out for them just yet.
But I am confident that there is going to be more adaptations because, again, we are getting into pretty late in the day, and for these teams, this is what, map 13 of the day.
Yeah.
And so, it's whoever starts to fatigue first might falter. But again, these are teams that just sit here and play ranked all day, every day. And if you could do that, you could do this.
Yep, and we're hopping into it, and the match is happening on Skyway Stadium, I think. Oh, we've lost it.
Oh, no. It is actually going to be on Seoul.
Seoul, yeah.
Ooh. So starting out on Seoul, we'll go ahead and see the first team fight opening up really, really early on with No Name up against Team BKO. And BKO gets the first frag here. They have a little bit of sustain, and I believe BKO does retain the upper hand here as Team No Name gets wiped out. Vault 2 will go towards BKO. Unfortunately, no hospital spawn here for them to take advantage of, so they will have to take Vault 2 all the way over to Data Center, while Vault 1 is currently being fought over by the remaining 2 teams, Verts and Frog 3. And whoever is the victor of this team fight here, which does look like Frog 3 might have an upper hand in, I believe that is going to be going to the cash out that is on the moving platform.
Ooh, moving platform. I don't know if we've seen this in this series, at least not on Stream A. Boy, I love the moving platform because it becomes such a challenge to take it back. Usually the team that starts it, if they have a good play style, they're able to hold on to it. It's just the fact that you're moving, and if your team gets wiped, you start in such a weird location. So I'd love to see it. I'm excited, and I think, yeah, Frog 3 is going to get this started off on the moving platform.
So the main thing is that when it comes to the moving platforms, every team has a different thought process behind it. And we can see that actually BKO will be trying to go for the moving platform, and they're going to drop it off of the platform, which you can do by throwing goo on that green bridge. Looking over, however, at what's on screen right now with Cash Out B, it is quarter way through the start here in favor of Frog 3. And Frog 3 doing a good job of sustaining, but as Burt's starts to swarm in again, the big question is going to be, will Burt's be able to overcome the odds? Looks like they are, as they take out 2 members of Frog 3. Frog 3 gonna be losing their last member. That's a team wipe here. And that's gonna mean that Burt's has a good chance at the steal. And No Name, I
Burt's
believe, is
great.
aggressing towards A.
Yeah, Burt's did great with the heals there. The teammates were able to kind of stay in a nice little pocket, and they were able to bring everybody back up to health when they went low. I think there was a team res in there, so really great to see. And we do start to see Cash Out A getting in progress. Vault Cash Out B looks like it's about more than halfway through, and A is just really out in the open. You see the BKO are in such a high vantage point that this is what makes it hard to retake. It's just out in the open.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it right here.
We will have to fight on.
How many mines can I put at max?
It's a good time to try and figure out how Cash B is going to get focused in on. Frog 3 trying to maintain a steal through the wall here. The dome, unfortunately for them, though, it's not going to work out because of the fact that we've got No Name coming in for this third party. Burt's is going to be struggling a little bit to stay alive, but at the very least, they do have a good height control here. They've got C4s they can drop on, but it will get eaten by the APS. They just have to out-damage. They find the stealer. They are going to be able to stop the steal just in time. That means that we've got Burt's and BKO starting off strong, but BKO haven't finished Cash Out A just yet, just like Burt's haven't finished this fight with Frog 3 just yet. They will do what they can to try and get as many kills as possible. If you look at that scoreboard, Burt's is doing incredible. 12 kills already, that's 4 points for you. So it is just going to be a matter of who tries to get more kill points. And right now for Burt's, it's looking pretty good.
Yeah, they've hopped in there, able to get a lot of really good kills, and I think that moving forward to these next two cash outs, it's going to be pretty close. I think that, who is that, BKO is running over to cash out 3.
Yeah, we've got Vault 3 getting jumped on by Frog 3, and let's see if they're going to try to take it over towards the moving platform again, or if Frog 3 might try to maintain a little bit towards C. Perfect mines. Not sure if you saw the gas mines that hit Kynes just then, but whoever placed those gas mines put them perfectly in the route. Kynes not going to try to fall off the map here. He will do his best to get up. We did see this map and variation in the bottom bracket, and Frog 3 actually died to falling off of the map while they were trying to get to the moving platform. I think we're seeing a double here. We are going to be seeing a double because Frog 3 is currently taking it up to C, and I believe that that's Team No Name that has just started C. So we will see a 30k double as Frog 3 makes their way in towards C. No, they realize that it started and Frog 3 backs out, waiting for a chance to get started at D instead.
Yeah, it's probably the smart move, honestly. You know, No Name's got a good setup in top of the building.
Oh, the BKO is about to take the elevator all the way up to the roof of Petronel Plaza. Here comes C. The C fight starts off strong. Gremlin looks for his opportunity to utilize that RPG. He gets them away from the APS, and boom, opening shot, Edelco gonna go down. And we're going to be seeing him drop on. One player remaining from Team No Name. Will they be able to find him? But you got to remember, there are other teams here, because I believe that's Burt's coming in, taking a kill onto one, doing some more damage onto Gremlin. Will be healed through. Main thing, though, is the positioning. And right now, Burt's is in control of Cash Out C.
Maybe like even walk up on the roof, like from the front side.
Yeah, what an amazing fight. 3 teams all going after it. The other cash out looks pretty uncontested at this moment. I'm not sure who that is in control of C right now, but just a lot happening. We see that No Name's waiting for the elevator to go back up, get this fight started again, and here we are in Frog 3 as they kind of get set up. They have left it on the moving platform, so I'm curious if they're going to keep it there or if they're just waiting for the perfect place to throw it off.
Yeah, I think that Burt's is sitting absolutely pretty right now if they can just maintain for a little bit longer. But It is
We have
it is going to be
Pad, we need,
difficult
like,
if
Pad.
No Name does decide to go for C. I think that No Name realizes they don't have time for C, so they will instead go for D.
Oh, my die
That's the
here.
exact same idea that BKO had. Frog 3 unfortunately not able to set up in a very decent spot. We will lose one from Frog 3, and it looks like for BKO they are going to go down low, but they will have the ability to res back up. If one more member of Frog 3 falls, it's going to be very difficult for the remaining member Give Up to stay alive, but we know that he won't give up. So, question is, who's going to maintain control? No Name still has D. BKO tries to get the push in. Gremlin in a terrible position, going to get caught off. And looks like as Frog 3 is also going to be wiped here, it is Team No Name that can secure D. This will give, however, Burt's a very good opportunity to come in and get kills. Even if they won't be able to get the steal, they do want to come in and try to maintain their kill points.
Actually keeps each other mid-air.
Ups and downs, so in a team wipe right away. I'm not sure who that was. I think
It's
that was
Burt's.
It's so
Burt's.
cringe.
Gotcha.
Oh, no, BKO.
We just need
Burt's
one
is still,
we just need one cash at the go
it's
in.
BKO on the
Closest
top
one.
left.
Please give us a good spot.
Yeah, and the retro invasion has started. Has slight impact on
Yeah,
the
they're
team
on
play,
six,
but I
six is
think
good.
most players just kind of ignore it. We have 1 minute left, and I think these vaults are going to get opened, and we might even see another cash out. I don't think this is over just yet.
Oh yeah, it's definitely not over. We do have a slightly unfortunate situation though for Frog 3, who has not yet found a cash out to call their own. So $5,000 will be difficult road for them to get back up to be competitive for second place. And they also have not been keeping up with kills much as BKO and Burt's has. So we do take a look at the situation surrounding points. I think Burt's is actually perfect right now for first place. Even if they can't compete to maintain their cash out placement, they will still be able to get enough points and kills if they keep doing what they're doing now. But checking out what BKO is doing, they have a solid hold on the cash out A on the moving platform. I believe that they want to get it dropped out. However, if they do that, they need to realize that Vault 5 is also going to be at the hospital, and that's where everyone is going to try to fight. So even if they get the drop here, oh, they're going to go for the double. They are going to go for the double here, so this is going to be huge for BKO.
Yeah, and this just might be how they can kind of go up to the top. BKO and Burt's are really closely tied in points, and if they're able to get this double cash out, so they go for the throw. Oh no, that was a barrel.
Yep, and the gas is going to be everything here because the teams will, of course, throw down APSs, so the RPGs won't connect the way that you want them to. But they unfortunately lose Mickey, and let's see what's going to happen. They try to come back through. It's another just steal trying to come through. Looks like the 22K is going to be for free, and that is a win for BKO. This is huge because BKO, we remember from Monaco, they had that 44K stolen from them, and now at the very least this is the redemption. It wasn't 44K, they didn't have time to double it, but they didn't need to. Mickey with 6 kills, Gremlin and Op with 5 each. That is 16 kill points on the board. Huge ups there. But every team also doing a great job, but No Name struggling to keep up with the kills.
Yeah, great performance from BKO. Frog 3, kind of a little bit of a rocky start, but they couldn't get a single cash out from what I'm aware of. Yeah, they finished with just $3,000. It's a pretty far gap from the second and third place teams. So shame to be Frog 3 right now. I think that they can still pull it back a little bit, but they do have an uphill battle ahead of them. No Name did great, and Burt's and BKO, they're kind of the two to watch because they are neck and neck. And yeah, we're going to be having updated scores here soon. It'll be interesting to see the impact that the kills had, the impact that the cash outs had, as we hop into a replay reel.
Oh yeah, huge ups here. I mean, look at the absolute damage being traded between these teams. And the other thing as well is there isn't just one team that is running away with the top scoreline every time. It always comes down to those last second plays, the teams that can remain competitive, and just as well. The only difference I'm seeing between all 4 of these teams is BKO and Burt's are consistently ending with more kills than Frog 3 and No Name. And again, this time around, No Name did have quite a few kills to their name, but not more than BKO and Burt's. And that's where the issues, I believe, will start to trickle down later in the line, because we had BKO and Burt's ending with such high cash out values this time around, and also very high number of kills to follow suit. So when it really comes down to, that last match, is it 3 maps from now? 2 maps from now? We have 2 maps remaining.
Yep.
It's really going to come down to the wire. And here we go. Look at that. 14 kill points total for Burt's, 13 for BKO. And with placement points at 33 each, this is getting harder and harder to come back from. Because No Name and Frog 3, if they don't get at least 1 first place placement and more kill points, it's going to be over. Because again, it's about consistency. Frog 3 averaging only 3 kill points per map, while Burt's is averaging way more than that, almost 5. It's not enough.
Yeah, and I mean, you can really see from the cash differences as well that Frog 3 has been a little bit struggling. Just 23,000 in cash over 4 or 3 maps so far. That's not anything. And where the largest lead is BKO, and they're just barely trailing in kill points as well from Burt's. So it is really these two powerhouses, Burt's and BKO. They both can get kills, they both can get the cash out, and it's really just kind of exciting to see these two teams be so neck and neck with a difference of 1 point between them. And it's a far step from Frog 3 or No Name. So if you're wanting to root for an underdog, No Name or Frog 3, because they still have 2 more matches to go, so it's very possible for them to climb on out of the bottom. But BKO and Burt's, what amazing performances and what powerhouses that they have right behind them.
Absolutely. I also want to say that we're about to jump into another match here, this time on Skyway Stadium, but huge shout out to our production. That is going to be Craze and Stars from Breakout Esports, because if you guys didn't pay attention to the whole sequence that just happened, they just did all of that like literally instantaneously. They just calculated all the scores. They calculated all the points. They put together all those replays right there, and they just gave us the updated scores after doing the math, like building the graphic. Absolutely insane. Absolutely crazy. If you guys have any experience doing this stuff, it is insane the work that Craze and Stars are doing in the background. So huge shout out to them. But now let's go ahead and check in with our teams, because we have another very crazy game coming up, and it's on my second favorite map. That's of course Skyway Stadium.
Nice. Yeah, Skyway Stadium is a real fun one to watch. I don't know what variation we have, if any. It does kind of look like maybe the vanilla Skyway Stadium. So this will be a great showcase of all the teams and what they can do. I love the verticality in Skyway Stadium. It's got just a lot of really high areas and a lot of places that you can get a lot of chip damage, and just that traversal between the map is just really exciting. So here we see BKO. It looks like they're opening the first vault, and we hop over to this is Burt's holding on to the second one. It is finished and falls down to the floor. You see Chickpea. Ooh, they get rocketed though. Lose one of their teammates. Chickpea doing everything he can to hold his teammate together. I bet they go for the res. He's bringing him around. Yep. And they bring Sueco back up. And they're just kind of waiting to get either a team wiped or an opportunity to get that cash and bring it out of there. I do see a team wipe goes down.
Yeah, that's going to be Frog 3 currently getting... actually, yeah, so Frog 3 and No Name are struggling to stay up at the moment. But No Name at least survive with one member, but it's BKO and Burt's, the 2 current leaders of the points, fighting over Vault 1 right now. And what's insane to me is that Cash Out A was started by BKO, and BKO has only had a little bit of resistance because of the fact that their whole team was just fighting everyone else before they could even get close.
Yeah, really interesting.
Wait, but Burt's is about to drop in from the top, and BKO is going to clap back by dropping back in above. But Burt's does actually maintain the steal here. BKO, they actually lose a team member here. And if you look inside of the elevator, things are going to get a little bit tricky. But Burt's unfortunately not going to be able to sustain too much. Burt's goes out completely because of a third team coming in. It's Frog 3 that steals and maintains. Frog 3 currently inside of the elevator, hunkered down. But the cash, wait!
Oh!
How did that
What happened to the vault? What happened to the cash out? It's on top! I've never seen it actually go through. It flew through tiny hole at the top of the elevator. What is that? You guys have to understand that in all of the time I've been playing the finals, I've never seen the jump hit so perfectly. Usually it just bounces around inside the elevator. That's crazy. The seal almost came through as well. It's going to actually be No Name that comes in control of it, but they get wiped. So who's going to be able to control it now? It's still No Name? Wait a second, does the seal
No Name
happen?
has it, but they're about to lose it. Oh, I think they might have stalled it for just long.
Yes!
No, the steal came through. It was BKO. BKO got the steal the last second. They started it, and then they doubled it, and then they stole it. Absolutely insane.
You know, I think that that elevator
so
is
much
probably
skill.
one of my
I love
favorite
determination.
cash outs. It's so unique
so
and so
excited for
creative.
terminal attack,
You
yeah.
have to either come in from the
Something
top
so much better,
or
right?
wait for that little tiny gap where one of the doors
Wait,
opens on one of the floors. There's just
Wait, they're picking
I
split. We
think some
might be able
people
to
hate
force
it,
this.
but I think it adds a lot of
Pick a
really
split,
cool
by the way, I'm walking
gameplay
in. I'm walking in.
features that you just don't see anywhere else. You know, it's an elevator
Back it
moving
up,
up and
back
down.
it up, back it up,
And
back
we
it up.
literally
Drop,
get to see
drop,
it
drop,
shoot
drop.
into the air like a rocket.
It's
Yeah,
the
that's amazing.
only non-destructible environment in the entire game,
Grab that banana.
and it's just crazy that we actually saw it leave there. So if we go ahead and take a look,
We can
No
leave
Name
it,
will
throw
be
it to them,
running
throw it to them,
Vault
go see,
4
throw it to them.
up to
Okay, then
cash
leave
out
it, leave
C.
it.
That's
Let
what
them
you
take
love
it.
to
We
see.
go
We
see,
get
we
an
go
early
see.
start in the office cash
cut me,
out.
cut it. We go right. We go
And
for
then
third, we go
looking
to the
at
window, we
cash
get here.
out D, Vault 3 has not yet made any moves towards it. So this might be a little bit sticky for Team No Name, given the fact there won't be any competition in terms of other cash outs. So it's going to draw a lot of attention towards them. That attention coming in the form of Frog 3, who are currently on their way towards C. If you take a look at BKO, they are examining potted plants in office, waiting for their time to third party.
Yeah, they're just trying to get set up in a good spot. I think that they are in a good position in the map wise because they are in between both of them, so they can kind of pick and choose which way they want to go. And I think that they're running towards. Boy, I can't make that out. I think C.
BKO, yep, they're on their way to C right now. So there's about to be 3 teams there. This is why they were waiting. They were waiting until the perfect time to get a third party going, and that third party is going to come in the form of. Well, it's No Name dropping their own cash out. Frog 3 trying to jump in on top, realizing it's a little bit too difficult to maintain. Gas damage is going to be a possibility here, but instead what's going to happen is that gas is going to pop on the top, making it more and more difficult for teams to establish a high ground position. As Frog 3 is down a player, BKO is just waiting for more chaos before they start to enter in with this fight. And while all this is happening, Team Burt's now also tries to get involved in cash out C. They realize that, hey, no, all 3 teams are fighting here. We're good. We just wait on the side, get our cash, and play for placement. Right now is not the time to go and invite it to sow consequences to yourself. But jumping back over to cash out C, we are seeing Frog 3 lose 1 member of the team here immediately to BKO's push, and Frog 3 is most likely going to be losing another in the attempts to revive them. Team No Name, wondering what chaos is happening above them, realizes that they're probably going to be able to walk away with cash out C for free. So as the fight finishes up here in favor of actually BKO, as Frog 3 loses yet 1 more member, Team No Name realizes, hey, we've got cash out C all done, and Team Burt's as well. They probably have cash out D for free.
If we can wipe them, it's good. By the way,
Yeah, I think
don't
we
wipe
In a
this.
great position, and they just were just hanging out, waiting for everybody else to push them. But the team fights just kept on happening. So No Name got a really easy cash, and it's kind of interesting to see this far into the game that people are holding back, waiting, playing it really strategically. So here we see Burt's over on 5, and they get it open. They get that easy 1,000 added to them.
And No Name is actually going to be trading places with them, getting ready to steal Vault 5 from them. I believe they just wanted the tap money there for Bert's. Frog 3 sitting, unfortunately, only 2,000 in the bank. And they are going to try to aggress towards BKO. But remember, BKO you're aggressing. It is going to be very difficult to deal with. And Frog 3 is going to suffer a team wipe here. Resustain, and Bert's opening up Vault 6. We'll get ready to bring that over to Cash Out D that is sitting on construction, while Cash Out A is about to get started by No Name, which BKO is currently on their way to stop.
Yeah, interestingly enough, I keep seeing Frog 3, and they're trying their best, but boy, they just hop in these fights and they go down. It might not be in total team wipes, but I have seen just them going down and dying quite a lot more than some of these other teams. So it's interesting to see how they're handling it and if they can pivot and kind of come back from this.
And so Cash Out A currently underway, and I believe No Name is playing underneath. We go ahead and take a look at how BKO is trying to figure this fight out. And I believe Bert's is just getting luckier and luckier as time goes on, because Frog 3 is about to third party on A. Cash Out A about to get stolen. It gets dropped and gassed at the same time, so they're gonna have to bide a little bit more time while they get ready for this next fight, because Frog 3 is about to drop in from up top. So now BKO trying to aggress towards the bottom to see if they can pick out No Name from the sidelines, but No Name is currently doing very well to establish themselves inside the site, although they lose Vladimir, and Vladimir will get res, but they lose one more. Noah goes down, and Edelko gonna try to sustain, but he will be downed as well. That's a team wipe for Team No Name, and that's gonna be another fight, a 1v1 versus BKO and F3. F3 loses 1, they lose 2, and now it's just going to be 1 player remaining who can't go for the res at this time. That's another team wipe for Frog 3 and a free steal for BKO. That's 6 points, that's 2 points in kills for BKO, and they're going to be getting a 22k for free here. Because now, as the teams start to respawn, it might be more likely that they head over to Bert's on construction site, because that will always be the closer spawn.
BKO was really just kind of getting lucky, getting great kills, kind of dominating over Frog 3, and I don't think that anybody's going to contest them on A. So they should take the lead in this match. We're down to our last few 20 seconds, am I right? Yeah. And we see Bert's hopping down. They've still got a good
and here's No Name
there.
about to come through for the steal, but they get hit with a little bit of mine damage. Looks like the Cash Out is going to drop down to the next floor, and the fight will come through. I believe some trades are in order, as we do see one member of both teams go down, but Team No Name will finish in third place because there was not enough time for that steal. That means Team BKO in first yet again, and Team Bert's in second yet again. Unfortunately for Frog 3, this is map 4, and they end in last place. Absolutely unfortunate, because Rio, I hate to be the bearer of bad news. I do not think that there is any way to recover from this.
Yeah, I think you're right. The numbers just don't lie, and I think that really Frog 3 just they're stuck. They've gotten in kind of a little bit of a rut, and it just seems like any team fight that they run into, they're just shut down, just deleted by pretty much any team that they go against. I think the team that's maybe just slowly kind of holding in is No Name. Like they're doing great. They're getting in there. Their timings are just a little bit off. Like if they would have gotten in there just a few more seconds in this last cash out, I think they could have made themselves into second place. So it's interesting to see.
I'm so excited to watch these replays again. I'm so excited to see Cash Out A. I want to see if we caught the moment that it gets on here.
It sends to the moon.
I'm sorry to cut you off, but I was waiting for this for so long.
There it goes.
There it goes.
That.
Oh my god.
It shouldn't. Was low gravity on? Why did it go that high?
So there was a jump pad underneath, right? And so the jump pad inside the elevator. But then somebody put another jump pad on the top. So it clips through the jump pad that's sitting on top of the opening. And that is also adding to the velocity of Cash Out A, sending it to the absolute moon. That is insane. And honestly, a great sort of opening for us to get ready for the last the last game of the day, the very last round. I am excited. I am hyped. I am pumped.
Me too. I just want to say one thing. Somebody go post that, send it to the moon, to the Reddit or the Discord. That needs to be seen by more people that didn't catch this stream, because all the hundreds of hours I have in this game, never seen anything close. So that was exciting. Once in a lifetime type of play. And we are going to be moving into our final match.
Yeah, but let's take a look at the scores here real quick. We've got No Name and Frog 3 sitting at 46 and 32 points. And BKO and Bertz sitting very nicely above 60 points, with 60 points on Bertz and 66 on BKO. Now 18 kill points on BKO up against the 12 kill points of Frog 3. Those kill points, like I've been saying, they do add up. But when it comes to the placements, Frog 3, if they had gotten first place on any one of those maps, they would be, I would say, competing and only being edged out by those kill points. Because even if they had those 15 extra placement points, it still would not catch up via the kills. And that's where BKO and Bertz are doing really good, because those kill points are adding up.
Yeah, and I am surprised that still the amount of kill points it's close. Like BKO and Bertz just 2 points away, and No Name and Bertz 2 points away as well. So and actually all of them are 2 points away. Doing some quick mental math, that's great to see, because it does show who has the kind of commanding lead, who is the powerhouse in here, who can get the most kills, who can get the cash out, and it does show just kind of a lot of strength from each team, and where they might be faulting a little bit on the lower tiers.
Yeah, absolutely. And by the way, I just want to say that it was Noah X FPS _. He was the one that got the POV of the cash out flying into space. And so I'm going to be going back through that VOD specifically to find that moment, and that's just so funny. I wish I could frame that video on my wall.
Yeah, it needs to be immortalized. We need to send it to the devs. This is a perfect example of just the chaos and randomness, and just how fun this game can be. Seeing something like that, I guarantee you everybody probably stopped and laughed for a second. But here we go. Final match 5, getting started on Vegas. We see each team starting to run towards it. Vault 1 is being opened. Vault 2 is being opened as well. Each team is getting set up. No Name is holding off on Vault 2, and let's see if they can kind of make something happen, because this is their last chance to do anything to get not eliminated, basically.
Yeah, it's gonna be possible, right? I mean, if they can guarantee that BKO gets all the way into the bottom, and maybe if they get enough points, it will bring them up to 45. But I think at this point they're trying to vie for second place. It's gonna be a long road ahead, but for now at least, we're just trying to look at the overall strategy of the teams, and I think that if I'm Frog 3, I'm just going to be going for kills right now, because the rest will happen. And we already see a 20K being started for Frog 3, and Frog 3 looks like they are... Oh, we did have a disconnect, unfortunately.
It looks like
West Coast
wrong server. Yep.
Yeah, wrong servers to be hosted, unfortunately. I wish that we had more control over customs.
Yep, but thankfully it's easy to hop in and out, so it's not like a detrimental shutdown. But if you are playing and you are kind of one of those teams that is trying to build momentum, it can kind of feel like a punch to the gut. Like, oh, we got to restart. Something's not right. You can feel it immediately if you got that weird ping or that weird delay. And with everybody just vying for first or second, we want to give everybody the most equal playing field that they can get. So we are going to do a quick restart and get everybody back into the match, and hopefully on the correct server.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be a very big ask to see if the teams have the ability to make their way into the into this next final tomorrow, because I mean, hey, BKO and Bertz, they're basically there. It's going to take a lot of work from Team No Name or Team Frog 3 to actually make it all the way in.
Yep. But you got to root for No Name because they are up against a monumental task, but it's possible. It is possible for them to do this. So we've seen some great play from them earlier today, and if they just kind of pull that back again, they might just do it. So if there's somebody you want to root for, underdog, go for it. Come on, No Name, Noah X, you can do it. And,
also, speaking of No Name and Noah X, I did just find the clip of the cash out go to the moon, so I put that in the chat. This is. I don't care about winning the tournament at this point. I just care about this clip. This is, no. Even if Team No Name gets eliminated here, they have my heart for how perfectly Noah captured this event.
Yep, you can
someone
see
hire this man as an
up.
observer.
Yeah. And hopefully that is a moment immortalized into finals history and something that we'll remember for all of our days into our old years there, Artie.
Oh, I really hope so, because that was, I think, the funniest. We need an emote for that, exactly. I want to see an emote of just, it's cash out A,
to the moon.
And then just like, it's like speedy, it's like blurry, like going up, like super fast.
Crashing into the moon, a little emote like that. Yeah, I can see it in my head.
Yeah, actually, yeah, like crashing into the moon, there's bits of money coming out the other side of it.
All right, looks like we're gonna get the restart started, and everybody is all ready. Everybody seems to be running pretty much the same thing. Did I see a sledgehammer in there? No way, right?
There's no way. I mean, remember, Frog 3 and No Name, they might just be doing whatever at this point if they're not feeling confident. So, I mean, there's a chance.
I think I saw it. We'll just have to see.
We will have to confirm.
Frog 3.
We will have to confirm.
But we see the first team fight starting, and it looks like BKO is holding it up top. Nobody's opened Vault 1 just yet. Vault 2 is being opened. Not sure by who. Ooh. Big explosion there. I think a rocket hit somebody. Noah FPX gets revived. They're still holding the point. No Name really is the one to hold on for, because if they're able to pull this off, man, they can kind of upset Burt's or even BKO. So they get Vault 2. I think they're going to take it to A. I think that's the closest one for them, but they're kind of holding off here because I think they're about to be pushed. So they're wanting to get a few extra kills before they make their treacherous move all the way down there, and they've actually just kind of left. I'm not sure what their strategy is, but I'm sure they have something cooking for us.
Oh, absolutely. And, I mean, just checking out the current fight happening here in Vegas, it is going to be a bloody battle as Frog 3 makes their way over towards the fight that they can hear on the horizon. A third party is on the way, and BKO is about to get caught out. Team No Name coming in to take a little bit of a fight here. Oppenheimer will go down, and I believe that is a team wipe for BKO. And Frog 3 is going to do their best to try and get the sustain here. They are going to have a lot of combat to deal with. But again, somehow, Burt's uncontested on cash out A.
Yeah, they have gotten very lucky this entire series just by getting the easy cash outs. Will it stay? There's still quite a lot of time. We see that No Name's running in, and they're going to get the steal pretty easily. Nobody contested them just yet, so they're going to get set up. They're running quite a bit of ways from it. I'm always interested when they leave so much space, because it just gives other teams the opportunity to slide in there. But yeah, here they go, and they've come back. Maybe they were just looking for that red barrel or just a little bit of an advantage.
Heavy half, heavy one, heavy dead.
Yeah, I'm really curious to see if Frog 3 is able to just make a big impact here, or if they're just gonna try to maybe grief. I see flashbangs as well. Like, Frog 3 is pulling out everything that's not meta right now. It's kind of funny to watch. But as we get closer to like the finish of Cash Out A, like we saw BKO get ready to try and contest, but then they realized, hey, it doesn't matter. Let's just go fight, and we're gonna go take out B. But remember, this one does matter, right? Because if if BKO just decides, oh, we don't want to play anymore, well, what if Team No Name gets enough points, right? What if? So they really do still have to play, try and get first place, try and do their best here. But remember, this is 15 games deep right now, and Team No Name is about to finish up with the cash out, but Team No Name loses too. They are going to be able to get the cash out, I believe, here as they get the sustain fully, and BKO goes down to just one player remaining. That's a team wipe. And yeah, you're right. Frog 3 is using a sledgehammer. Absolutely
Yes,
insane.
I love it. Love to see it. Go crazy, destroy some buildings, get that right click on somebody. I like that they're just having fun. You know, at the end of the day, this is still a game, and Frog 3 might not be able to make it, but I think they're just going to have fun doing it. So all kudos to them. And wow, we have 3 teams down right now. A lot of action just happened, and it seems like these teams are really just going at it right back and forth.
So watching now as Vault 3 gets opened up by Team... I actually don't know who opened that, but Burt's is opening up Vault 4, and Team No Name is about to set on it. I don't think Burt's has realized that that Team No Name is actually on their vault right now. I think Burt's is waiting until the vault's about to open and they jump in, but look at that. Team No Name about to get it for free. They run out.
Yeah.
Are you dead or?
They just ran in there and grabbed it.
I mean, I have all 3.
Yeah, and then
BKO
here's
has the other
BKO on 3. They're currently fighting Frog 3. And there's a sledgehammer, and the sledge is doing work. Not
Sledgehammer's
enough
great
work.
at close distance, but yeah. It's just no challenge to that shotgun. The shotgun just tears through them. If you create just a little bit of gap, a little bit of space, you're pretty much helpless with that sledgehammer. Fun to play, but realistically, not the best choice.
I might look for double stack. Mine C4.
We see BKO getting set up. They start off the cash out. Ooh. And who is that? Is that Burt's that went down?
Yeah, I believe that no, it was No Name. No Name got taken out. Burt's still up. We're looking at Swaco right now. Swaco, Z, and Chickpea as they take the 15K all the way over to cash out D, and it's BKO holding out on C very, very strongly right now. But you know, BKO, if they're able to to sustain and maintain this, they'll be vying for second place because we have a huge lead right now by Team Burt's. 17K in the bank, 15K right now in their cash out. Lots and lots of potential for Burt's to actually walk away as the #1 team here. BKO, they have a very solid hold onto C, and it's actually going to be Team No Name that's fighting Burt's right now, trying to overcome. Frog 3 is trying to figure out where the third party is so they can avoid it. Looks like Frog 3 is making their way over towards D to contest with Team Burt's, but wait a second, Burt's moving all the way over to cash out D as well. They're losing C. Burt's just left their own cash out all the way over, and Frog 3 got it for free.
Wow.
And Frog 3 drops it as well.
Is Frog 3 going to actually get this? I think that they have a good chance. So we see the meteorite shower started. Cash out C is being held by Chickpea, and they're able to steal it real quick, and they do get it. So now they just have to hold it for the next like 20 seconds. They're all getting set up. You see Chickpea holding off in this corner here, which is pretty hard to see if you run in there.
I'm stuck where I am. I am stuck. Orange padded up. One player.
We hear the teams.
Oh no, the screaming. The Swaco and Chickpea just doing their best to hold out here. Z going down to 1 HP. He's got to sustain, and now they're trying to take this fight here. And it looks like they will be able to at least hold off as No Name is doing their best to get in, but it's not going to be enough. Chickpea, though, will go down to low HP. He has to back out here. He has to go for the res. Will there be enough of a third party to come through? But no, No Name will start the steal. Oh, are they going to be able to hold off on it, though? I believe that at this point, if you are Burt's, you take the L on that cash out and play your life to not wipe. That being said, BKO sitting very, very nicely now in second place. They already procced Vault 5, and Frog 3, They have a hammer and flashbangs. They're doing great. We look over at Team No Name, and No Name, they've just finally put themselves up in first place. And this is where it gets crazy, because if No Name finishes in first place, there's a chance that if they can get enough kills, that they're actually going to be able to possibly overtake the team that was in second before them. And I think that what they're doing as well is they're trying to pad their kills with Frog 3 right now. Frog 3 is coming in to try and do damage, but at the same time, when you're running flashbangs and a hammer, you're not going to be competitive. And even though the sledgehammer is a great play, I like the idea of running off meta. It seems to me like No Name realized that this is an opportunity for them to get a lot of points really early on.
Yeah, No Name's got a great strategy. They're in the lead right now. They've just got to hold it for another. Yeah, we have only 20 seconds left, so.
1 minute now, because there is going to be the cash out that was started by I don't know who it was started by, but I know it's in control of Burt's. Burt's is in control of it right now, and BKO they have 5 seconds to try and get the double going. Actually, no, they can get the double going whenever. I thought they were going to try to get the other cash out started, but now that cash out has disappeared. 1 minute remaining. They're going to try to get this double in, but they are getting chased by the hammer. No way, the hammer grief.
Oh, and hit in half.
We need to play kills.
Oh my goodness.
Also, do not.
So Frog 3 doing what they can to play kills, and Gremlin takes out Sueco. Sueco takes out Mickey. Frog 3 somehow remaining with all players up. If Frog 3 gets the steal, let me paint the picture for you. Frog 3 has all members up. They're the only team with all 3 members up. If they get this steal, they go to first place. There's no way we're seeing Frog 3 steal right now. There's no way that we're seeing this happen. Frog 3, are they stealing? Wait a second. They got. Oh my God, Frog 3 stole. Oh my God, Frog 3 just stole. They have the hammer and flashbangs. They only have to hold it for 10 more seconds. What is happening? What is happening? Where's my script? What is happening? Frog 3 just stole. They have a hammer and flashbangs.
Everybody must be panicking on the server right now.
Frog 3 is Frog 3 has it. Frog 3 just got first place.
What in the world just happened?
And they have is that, how many kills is that? Is that 12 kills? They have 12 kills. That is 4 kill points and 15 points. That's 19 points.
Because they got second
That's
place.
19 points for Frog 3.
Hammer meta coming in. Are we going to see a change for the season 3?
I had just finished saying that hammer and flashbangs is not competitive, and then we just see Frog 3 win. What is happening?
Well, who brought over the vault and got the second cash started, the double, because that was the mistake. If they would have just let Frog 3 had 1 cash out, this whole map would be different. And I think everybody's just shaking their head that's in that server right now, because nobody expected that. Not at all.
Not only that, but Burt's ended in last place, and BKO ended in third. So we just had. This is actually insane, because at the very least, though, Burt's had a ton of kills. I believe they had like 17 kills. BKO did not, though. BKO only had 8 kills.
Are we going to see No Name come up and take the second place? I really have no idea right now.
We were literally just saying, oh wow, like, last map, it's kind of crazy, but the score differential is too crazy that maybe it won't matter. Maybe this last map doesn't matter at all, but this last map absolutely matters, because the impossible just happened. Frog 3 just got tons of kills and also won first place. This might be enough for an upset, but you have to remember as well, even though they got first place, third and fourth place still get points, and they also still have kills. I am eagerly awaiting this scoreboard right now. This is nuts. This is wild. Insane, even.
Probably, I can't believe that the last match of the day was the most exciting. You really hope for that. You want everybody to end with a bang, but what? we thought that Frog 3 was just trolling. They were just playing and having fun. And I think everybody realized that too, and they lost sight of that competitiveness, because they were just like, let the kids have the toy. But in doing so, like, they just threw everything out of balance. What an amazing way to end the day. I have had so much fun, especially in these last few matches.
Out of nowhere, we have two historic moments. We have we have a cash out flying out of an elevator and hitting the moon, and we have flashbangs and hammers. Oh my god, here it is. Okay, BKO and Burt's remained in the top, but look at how close it was.
Wow.
No Name very narrowly taking over, but BKO, it just by maintaining their placement for the first 4 matches, and same with Burt's, by maintaining their placement, they were able to secure first and second place. But No Name was close. No Name was only placement points making the difference between first and second. Between second and third. That is insane. But what an absolutely legendary run from Frog 3. You know, they might have been eliminated from the tournament, but at the very least, you know that you will be seeing Frog 3 in Split 2 because they ended this map by saying, we might be gone today. You won't see us tomorrow, but you'll see us in the Split 2 quals. 100%. Absolutely insane.
Yeah, kudos to Frog 3. Thanks for giving us a real funny and fun match to watch. I can't wait to see more of what you guys have. No Name, you guys came so close. I was really rooting for y'all at the end, but y'all just got slightly edged out, and probably thanks to Frog 3. So, you know, maybe you have a new enemy on your horizon, or rival, somebody that you can kind of fight back and forth with. But really, BKO, I'm glad that they came out on top, because they started this tournament with such a crash. There's such a explosive force, and it seems like they were able to kind of bring that back for this last series. And Burt's has just stayed really continuously great across all of the matches. So this was really exciting matches to watch. All day was just full of amazing moments, amazing gameplay, out of meta gameplay, exciting times, and just I don't know. I couldn't have asked for a better day of watching some really top tier players play the finals at the top tier.
Absolutely. It is so wild to see that they are actually doing their best to maintain exactly where they need to be and just doing the most to continue on forward. But let's go ahead and give our, like I said, our wonderful production team a moment to produce that graphic for tomorrow. We are going to see the bracket, and we'll just go ahead and recap the day visually. Here it goes. So again, we started off the day with our with of course our Swiss bracket style. We had Group A and Group B. Moving on into the winners bracket was LRC, Yappers, No Name, and BKO. LRC and Yappers finishing the day early with a qualify, and unfortunately Divine Dead and NTHX finishing the day early with a dismissal. Then going into the Elim 2 that we just watched, an absolutely impactful series where BKO and Burt's will be meeting with LRC and Yappers tomorrow for our final round. And No Name and Frog 3 will be going home, but hey, we know for a fact that we will see those teams again. Just as well, Divine Dead and NTHX, gone but not forgotten. We will see them again later on for Split 2.
Yeah, and I mean, looking at the teams that qualified, LRC, Yappers, BHO, and Burt's, I think that they are going to be a real powerhouse. Just all of them showed what they can do, and going into tomorrow, the final matches, like I think that we're going to see a lot of games like what we saw in this final group. Just teams that are just having fun, have a real competitive spirit behind them, and I can't wait for tomorrow. I think that the real good teams kind of made it through, and yeah, please tune in tomorrow, because this is not over just yet. Lots more to come.
Absolutely. So go ahead and make sure you're following Breakout on Twitter to stay up to date. We'll be live tomorrow at the same time, and you'll see me on the mic. And Rio, thank you for joining me today. I'm happy I got the chance to jump in. And hey, I will see you as well tomorrow in hanging out, and I'll see you for sure during Split 2. But yeah, everybody, thank you so much for stopping by today.
Yeah, thanks for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Somebody better post that to the moon clip on Reddit. I'm going to go check here in a moment. So hopefully you guys had fun. I had a blast. Artie, always great working with you, and hope to work with you again soon. So catch y'all around.
Thank you so much. We'll see you tomorrow.